Hello friends, Pastor Daniel Gouveia here. I am looking today at the New King James Single Column Reference Bible in brown goatskin. So this is the second edition of this Bible. The first one was in black goatskin. The goatskin was more supple, was also thinner than the brown is. Honestly prefer the brown goatskin. Not really because of the color. I love both black and brown Bibles, but because of the texture and the thickness and the fact that this one is not as supple. Actually, I prefer it this way. It is really thicker than the black one was. I had the black edition, the first edition of the single column New King James by Thomas Nelson in the Premier Collection. I really loved it, but I was not using it much, so I exchanged it by another Bible. However, I was missing reading from this Bible because this Bible is such a great Bible for reading for me. It's almost addictive. I mean, you start reading and you don't want to stop. I'm glad, very happy actually, that Amazon is my friend, and not only my friend, but your friend too. And right now, or at least a few days ago, there was these amazing coupons on Amazon that took out 30-some% of the price of the Bible. And my wife had also a $25 gift card from Amazon, and she allowed me to use it. I also gave her my Kohl's cash, so I could get this Bible by $54.66. Whoa! So it comes in this wonderful gray box. I love the boxes of the Premier Collection, very sturdy, and it comes wrapped in this amazing black paper. I just love black paper, and with this seal of the Premier Collection. I love this. This is the back. It tells you here the features of this Bible. You can pause it if you need to. It retails for $189.99. So to get this Bible for $70, it's amazing. To get this Bible for $54, it's even more amazing. Let's look at the cover here. As you can see, it has a little grain to it. Very nice. It's a little bit more pronounced, I think, than the grain in the black edition. From what I remember, it's very, very close and similar to the Thin Line Premier Collection New King James Thin Line by Thomas Nelson. I reviewed this one also in my channel. You can look at that video if you would like to. This grain is very similar to the grain that I find in my Schuyler wide margin, the King James wide margin that I also reviewed in my channel. So the grain is very, very similar. However, the Schuyler, the leather is way more supple, or the cover is way more supple than this cover. This cover is not as supple, and I love it. I just love it. When you look at the spine, you see these amazing raised hubs, 5, and they are very pronounced and they are very beautiful. You have Holy Bible and New King James Version, Thomas Nelson. The perimeter stitching is very well done, very well executed. You open it up and the corner work, it's not like something out of this world, but it is very good. And you have the gilt line. It is edge lined, as you can see if my camera wants to focus. You look at all that amount of leather going into the block. When I compare this cover to the cover of the MacArthur Study Bible, 2nd edition by Thomas Nelson, the MacArthur is a little bit more supple. I mean, in terms of thickness, maybe the MacArthur is a little bit thicker. I don't know. These are not exactly the same covers. Don't think that. Okay, they're different. I think this one is more supple. Feels maybe a little bit more premium or more elegant. I don't know. Especially the liner. This liner here just feels better than this one. I don't know why. This one is definitely more supple. If you like supple, this is still pretty thick, thicker than this one, but this one is not as supple. Okay, so you open it up, the Holy Bible, and have these title pages here. New King James, Thomas Nelson. You have the information page here. I can't believe how awesome these Bibles are and how affordable they are for the quality that you get. A preface. Ta-da! And I've reviewed this Bible in black, and the interior of the Bible is just exactly the same. And there's a lot of reviews of this Bible. So Old Testament title page, and boom, the text. So you have the book titles in red, headings in red as well. It's a single column, is a black letter text. The cross references and translation notes are signaled in the text by these red letters and red numbers. And I think this is really nice because it's very visible, it stands out, and since the cross references and translation notes are in the sides, they're very easy to read and to find. To me, this Bible is awesome for reading, and even if you're one of those readers that loves to read all the translation notes, I'm kind of like that, crazy. This one actually has 72,000 references. The references and translation notes are not exactly besides the verse that they refer to. They're just in the bottom of the page. Sometimes there's pages with more references and translation notes. Sometimes there's pages with less. This is the poetic sections. As you can see, the verse numbers in these sections become very visible because they're separated from the text. If I could say one thing about this Bible that I don't really like, is the fact that the verse numbers are so small, so tiny, they're so close to the text, just like in the thin line edition. I really did not enjoy that, but that's pretty much my main complaint. In the single column, the gutter space is not much, okay? There's not a lot of space in the gutter. Even in the thin line, I don't see as much space in the gutter as I would like. But in the thin line, it bothers me more because if I want to make just a small annotation about this verse here in the inner column, I don't have that space here. The margins of the thin line are also not as wide as I would like. Maybe just a little bit more would make me a happy Bible reviewer. In the single column, I have a lot of space. There's even more space in the margin of the single column after the references and translation notes. Also, in the single column, I really don't need a lot of space in the gutter if I want to make any annotations because, it's a single column, so I can just make everything in the outer margin. I don't know if I'm going to underline this Bible, but if I would, and if I wanted to make annotations, I have a decent amount of space for small annotations, for putting in more cross-references. So you come to the New Testament. Here's Malachi, end of the Old Testament. Beautiful, beautiful Bible. And here you go, boom, New Testament, just the title page, no pages in between. And there you go, Matthew. As I said, it is a black letter text. This is the New Testament. And then you come to the end of the Bible, Revelation. You come to the end of the Bible and you have a very nice concordance. Okay, here we go. A very decent amount of references that you can use for your study. Look at this, faith. Look at all these references for faith. It's a very nice concordance. It has 75 pages for what I can count. Then you have a 1-year reading plan. Ta-da! Very nice. And after that, you have the note regarding the type that you find in the Premier Collection. The New King James is my favorite. World of the Patriarchs. Then you have the maps. World of the Patriarchs, Exodus and Conquest of Canaan, Land of the 12 Tribes, Kingdom of David and Solomon, Jesus' Ministry, Thomas Nelson's maps. They're really nice. Paul's missionary journeys, and you have Jerusalem in the time of Jesus. And that is it, my friend. That is the end of this gorgeous, beautiful Bible. The headband is brown. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Let me try to show it to you. Yeah, it's a brown headband and tailband the same. It has this amazing gold gilding that you can see. You can even see the reflection of my camera. It's very well done. The signatures on this thing are amazing. Beautiful, beautiful work here. It is a red under gold, but the red is a very, very light red. The ribbons, it has 3 double satin ribbons, and they have a diagonal cut, very long if you like ribbons. I mean, I don't think you need more than this. To me, just half of this size would probably do, but I know there's people that have a thing with ribbons. Okay, so yeah. Beautiful. I love the colors. It fits well in your hand. I actually preached with this Bible already. I could hold it in my hand so well, and I had no problems in preaching with it. If I wanted to make this one my main Bible and I wanted to preach with it, I would have no problems at all. I would probably highlight the verse numbers, and that would make them stand out and be more visible. Other than that, I honestly could use this Bible for reading, but also for studying, for preaching. I would have no problem. So one curious thing about this Bible is that when you open it up, you can see through in this space that you have here between the leather in the spine and the actual text block. They become separated when the Bible is open, and when you have it in your hand, it's kind of a squishy feeling here in the back. The text block though seems pretty sturdy and firm to me. I don't think there's any problem with this. You have overcast stitching, and this Bible feels very durable and very sturdy. I have no issues with it. And in terms of comparing this font with the font of the thin line, the font size is very, very similar. It's hard to notice the difference. However, in my opinion, although the single column is a 10.5 size and the thin line is a 11-point print size, I honestly believe that the single column is a little bit easier to read because the font, the letters are a little bit wider in my opinion, and there's more space, just a little bit more space between the lines. That's what I can see. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. You may disagree, okay? I really think that in the thin line, the font is a little bit more narrow and there's a little bit less space between the lines. Other than that, it is very, very similar. 36 GSM, and I love this paper. Actually, I've underlined this paper in the thin line, and I have no problems with this paper. Let me find it for you here. I think it was 2 Kings. So you see, I've underlined and marked this paper, and it took it really well, and the pages are very easy to turn. So it's an amazing Bible. I don't know if I can say anything else about it. I love it. Thomas Nelson is killing it with these Premier collections. Of course, I've reviewed already the verse by verse. To me, this is definitely a winner in terms of the Premier collection. Yeah, space in the gutter is what I think lacks in these Bibles. Just a little bit more space in the gutter. That's what I would do. It doesn't affect my reading. Even the single column is the one that has the less space in the gutter. It doesn't affect my reading, okay? So if it's for reading, go for it. Since I got the single column again, I started reading from it again, and I just read. I can't stop. It's just like amazing. So God bless you. If you can, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. If you are not able to do that, or if you don't want to do that, you're still a child of God. Jesus loves you. All right, love you all. God bless you. Bye.